This is the iPhone 13 mini, the successor to the iPhone 12 mini, and in my opinion, a worthy successor. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back, MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. Today I'm going to share with you all my full review on the iPhone 13 mini and if you should pick up this device. But before I do begin, I'd really appreciate it if you can give this video a thumbs up and turn on the bell notifications, as it does help out the channel a lot and will help push my content out to more people. Anyway, let's get this review started. The design and build of the iPhone 13 mini has really grown on me from the 12 mini, so I'm used to this compact form factor and I'm still in awe every time I pick up this phone. This is the iPhone 13 smaller brother, and just as a reference, the 13 mini is also smaller than the iPhone SE in overall size. Now, just like last year, the 13 mini's 5.4-inch OLED panel has been amazing in my use, from watching YouTube videos to texting to editing photos to really anything. Now, just like last year, I would charge the phone via MagSafe, and I'm doing the same thing this year, charging it just with MagSafe. Like, I rarely charge it through its Lightning port. Now, I wish the iPhone would add USB-C, but I'm not getting my hopes up. Its flatter edges and sides, which gives off that industrial design, really has me liking this phone, and super easy to use in one hand. The fact that I can reach from one side to the other is really comforting. Now, the notch is 20% smaller than the 12 mini's notch, and it's actually pretty noticeable. There still isn't a battery percentage though, so that's a bummer. The 13 mini's dual camera system has also been great, with some pretty solid upgrades, but I'm going to dive into that in a little bit. The overall design is the same as last year, just being a little bit thicker due to the slightly larger battery and the larger camera lenses, which means if you're trying to pick up a 13 mini and you use 12 mini cases on them, they will not fit. With my iPhone 13 mini, software and performance has been just like I had expected, superb. Now, iOS 15 has been super fluid paired with the A15 Bionic chipset, and honestly, I can't seem to notice a difference from last year's 12 mini that came with the A14 Bionic chipset. From daily usage like texting and replying to emails to heavy usage like watching loads of YouTube videos, like I have a bunch of videos in my subscription box that I still need to catch up on. And playing Call of Duty, the 13 mini hasn't taken a single beating to it. Apple has really nailed it with their software and overall performance, if you ask me. Look, with iOS and whatever iteration, if it's iOS 15 or 14 or even 16 that comes out next year, you can always rely on it and know that it will serve you well. I absolutely have no complaints with software. So whether you're in the market for the iPhone 13 mini lineup or even older devices like the iPhone 12 mini from last year or even the 2020 iPhone SE, you won't have any problem whatsoever. The camera on the iPhone 13 mini and the entire iPhone 13 lineup has been amazing. I used the iPhone 13 Pro Max with the iPhone 13 mini, and it's just been awesome. For such a long time, I've never been a camera smartphone guy. I wouldn't use my smartphone's camera too often. I would rarely take pictures and videos, but the iPhone 13 lineup has kind of completely reversed that thing for me. Now I'm always using my phone to take videos and pictures. Now, I've been using the 13 mini for my videos on the channel, and the quality, I think, in my opinion, has been on point. With the iPhone 13 mini this year, we're getting larger camera lenses compared to the 12 mini, which equates to more light let in when taking photos and videos. What I have come to love about the 13 mini and the iPhone 13 lineup is cinematic mode. In essence, we can call it portrait mode for videos, but it gives that bokeh effect by blurring the background of the subject. And for me, I'm going to be using this for showcasing products on the channel. Now, there's one feature that I really enjoyed from the 13 Pro Max, the Pro lineup, that is not on the 13 mini and the regular 13, and that is macro photography. Getting a real close-up image on a product surprisingly has been super useful for me. Look, iPhones are proof that you don't need a high-end camera to take everyday photos and videos, or even, to start a YouTube channel. The iPhone 13 mini being portable too is, I believe, the perfect compact camera device to get started on making videos on YouTube or videos on TikTok. I'm a real advocate for pushing beginners to start with their smartphones and that they don't need to invest in a brand new camera. I started my channel with my LG G3 back in 2014, and if you want to go ahead, you can look at my old videos. I kind of don't recommend you not to, but if you want, go right ahead. And even to this day, while I have an actual camera, like an actual DSLR camera that I use for the channel and for my other work, I also use an iPhone too. You won't have any problems whatsoever if you choose to pick up the iPhone 13 mini when it comes to camera. The one thing that I was bummed out last year with the 12 mini was, you can guess, the battery life. Look, I know it's a smaller device, which means a smaller battery, but there still could have been some improvements made. And guess what? The 13 mini does improve on those. It's slightly thicker compared to the iPhone 12 mini because it has a larger battery. And Apple does promise an extra 1.5 hours of battery life. Well, in my use, that has been the case. What used to last me up until 3 or 4 p.m. now lasts me until 5 or 6 with about 5 to 5.5 hours of screen on time. And that's pretty good. Also, like every iPhone, the standby time has been stellar. I'll lose literally at the most like 2%, but it's typically like 1% throughout the night when I wake up in the morning. Like I said before, MagSafe charging has been my go-to charging method, and I love it. Like I'll MagSafe charge both at home and in the car. If you're a light user, the 13 mini will easily get you throughout the day. And if you're a heavy user like me, you're still going to end up charging it before the end of the day, like maybe 5 or 6, and you need to use the phone. But you will get that extra 1.5 hours of battery life that Apple has kind of claimed. Just because there's an increase in battery life in the 13 mini doesn't make it a battery champ. So guys, don't get me wrong here, because all of the iPhone 13 models get an increase in battery life. However, Apple has thankfully addressed the biggest problem of the 12 mini in this year's 13 mini. And if you're looking to pick up a mini device but was hesitant on its battery, don't worry. This year, you'll get much better battery performance in the battery department. Price for the iPhone 13 mini is the same for when the iPhone 12 mini came out last year. It's $699 for carriers at its base storage of 128 gigs and $730 if you want to go unlocked. The only good change here is that Apple did increase their base storage model from 64 gigs to 128 gigs. Now I kind of wish it was cheaper, but oh well. You aren't getting any compromises from the iPhone 13, its older brother. And yes, while some might see a smaller screen, which equates to a smaller battery as a compromise, I don't. However, I do wish, I kind of wished before it came out, obviously, that the 13 mini would have been priced at $649 or even better, $599, but I don't want to get carried away. It's the mini moniker that has some of us expecting the price to be cheaper too, but honestly, it's a mini, powerful device. And for those who have one or even have last year's iPhone 12 mini, they know 256 gigs of storage runs you at $799 with carriers and $830 unlocked, and a whopping 512 gigs, which is now an option for the 13 mini and 13, runs you $999 with carriers and $1029 fully unlocked. Now, I personally think that as of right now, 128 gigs is perfect for most people. It's enough for me as well. However, if you're one who plans on exclusively, let's put it that way, using your iPhone as your main camera and plan on shooting lots and lots of cinematic videos, I definitely recommend upgrading to a higher storage-based model. So, is the iPhone 13 mini worth it? Well, just like the iPhone 12 mini was worth it last year, in my opinion, and I made a 1 year later video as well, and I still said it was worth it, yes, the iPhone 13 mini is also worth it. The iPhone 13 mini is a powerful mini device that addresses the biggest drawback for me that I saw in the 12 mini, which was the subpar battery life. It has much better battery life than the iPhone 12 mini. It's not a battery champ, guys. Okay, I get that. But for those of you who had an issue with the iPhone 12 mini and you're deciding to go, I kind of need better battery life, but I want a mini device, then you should be fine with the iPhone 13 mini. And for those of you who are just eyeing a iPhone 13 mini and mini iPhone in general, you'll be fine. It's a great device. It's well worth the buy, and it'll easily compete with its contenders. The iPhone 13 mini seems to be more than just an S upgrade. That's how I see it, at least, with its larger battery life and awesome new camera features. If you're eyeing for the iPhone 13 mini this year, you'll be making an awesome decision. Anyway, everybody, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, because with the more interactions we get on this video, not only helps the video and the channel, but also pushes the video out to more viewers. And best of all, superman that subscribe button. Until next time, everybody, and until next video, this is MTG.